Hello, and welcome back to my court. Now, a little bit PlanetSide 2 for you here. Haven't played PlanetSide 2 for a while. If you don't know what it is, it's a free-to-play game made by Sony Studios, Game Studios. You can actually get it on the PS4 at the moment. When you have PlayStation Plus online subscription, have that, you can get this, and it got its name primarily for having like 1,000-player battles. Now, putting concept, the map here is probably, I would say, let's come back. I was just say it's rather large. Each trying to think. The closest base to where I am now, that we own, that my group owns, it's about a 5-minute walk to this place, and it's not that far. It's one little hexy thing to another. Which isn't very much. I'd like to be a bit retarded here. That's one thing I have found. Jumping and stuff is a bit glitchy. But the map's huge. It's like 10 times bigger than the other, which is large. Well, yeah, I think it's about that big. Hang on, just found out. Yeah. Something like that. It had been a while. I've played a little bit more. Today I'm going to talk a bit about free plays, and I'm not sure what else to talk about really, whatever comes to mind. So we'll start with PlanetSide, because that's what videoing. So you see I've got, now I didn't really think it through, I hadn't really bothered doing much about showing it off, but at the bottom of the screen, just gone off because, you know, I died. But once I respawn, respawning on one of these mobile spawn points, you see at the bottom there's like a orangey coloured sort of circly thing with 25 next to it. That's kind of like your currency. That's how you buy weapons or attachments. Simple concept. The scope I have on here at the moment is about 30 odd, so I'm almost point where I could buy another scope, which I did do because this scope is okay, but it's not great. I prefer something that gives me a little bit more range capabilities, and that's just because this scope doesn't allow you, doesn't show range very well, unfortunately. But it's great for close quarters. It really picks out enemies quite well, but range is useless. So I then decided to go for an eco site, after the video shot. The one next to it with a sort of like a blue fog sort of thing. That's like to get vehicles. You have to like buy a currency. Like, as you play the game, you regenerate that cog basically, and it means you can spend money on. You can spend that currency on vehicles. So if you want to fly, if you want to have a tank or a quad bike or one of the planes, then you spend that money and it regens over time. The one next to it is XP. That's XP boost. That's if you're a premium player. Price wise, PlanetSide's not too bad. It's not great. The guns you can't really buy just by playing. You have to play a hell of a lot to afford one of the guns. There are about 1,000 of these orange currency. I think it's a galactic currency or something, I think they call it. It's basically a language. But it's not too bad. It's not massively expensive. However, of course, it can be.
They're out now.
All free to play can be very, very expensive to play. if you want to have the best experience. Now, while I think you can get everything in the game if you play it long enough. If you play it enough, you can get everything in the game. And if you pay, you don't get any advantage.
That brought new meaning to hostile
You get
takeover.
some cosmetic advantages, and you're going to have to spend a lot, but you don't actually get a gun advantage. No. Means that if you actually do want to put in hours into the game, you can come out with everything else that everyone else has. However, the amount of time it takes, you see I've now got 2 more goes glasses and that's taken 6 minutes into the recording now. So that's 6 minutes to do 2. So to get 1,000 is 3 minutes for 1. So it's 3,000 minutes, which is because it is a Tuesday morning. It's bloody early. Your holiday. 3,000 minutes divided by 50 that's 50 hours of gaming. 50 hours. That's quite a lot. That's over 2 days worth of game. Let's just go over 2 days play, which is pretty ridiculous just to get a gun. However, of course, I've got things a few hundred hours on Battlefield 4, for example. Got quite a few. I've played 200 hours on Battlefield 4. I've got see how many I've got on armour. I'll just have a look at my Steam library. I've got a fair few hours on armour. I've got 100 hours on armour. Got 10 hours on next car game, for example. I've got 52 hours on GTA 4. I've got 11 hours on Heroes in General. That's on my Steam account. But I did have Heroes in General before it came to Steam properly, and I play quite a bit then, so I've probably got 40 or 50 hours on that to play. PlanetSide, I've played 4 hours. I'm not sure that's completely accurate. That's probably about right. And the other thing I'm going to talk about now, I'll check it now, I don't think there's anything interesting coming off of it, is War Thunder, which if you don't know is a, basically it's a plane game, basically. It's a free-to-play plane combat thing. We'll technically call it a simulator because it's, I will be doing a video of it soon. I'll probably record the footage after I've done this. I'm really enjoying that, I must say. It's a bit of a grind, However, I don't really mind the grind if it makes the grind seem worthwhile. So, for example, at the moment my background's a picture of a Lancaster, a Spitfire and a Hurricane, part of the British Battle of Britain Memorial Flight group. Now I now have a Spitfire and a Hurricane. You have 3 planes to use. You can buy more for if you want to. Now the thing about War Thunder is if you want to get the paid currency, it's fairly expensive. For example, if you wanted to buy a Spitfire, it's a Mark 10 version of a Spitfire, and that's quite a good plane. That's for 4,800 coins. Now, don't know rough rates, but that comes out at about 40 quid or something like that. which is a lot of money. Not going to lie, 40 quid for a plane is a lot of money, but the thing is if that's what you want to do, if that's what you want, then fair enough. And people spend, well, I spend is it 90 quid on Battlefield 4 because I got premium, and that I know is a very large amount of money to spend on the game. But the thing is that I've got the hours out, I've got 200 hours out of it, and I guess if you play War Thunder a lot, then the price can be justified a little bit. I wouldn't say it ever could be completely justified. That pricing is a bit off. However, if you just stick the hours in, so I've played, well, what I was saying, I've played a fair few hours. I'm playing a massive one. 8 hours isn't a long time to play on the game, so especially a free-to-play game. Then I get a week or so. But the thing is the non-paid currency, where you can pay for the non-paid currency, the one that you can just collect over time, you get a lot. So the Spitfire I got was only something like 1,000 coins. Now you start with like 30,000 of the coins, or something stupid like that. You start with a large amount of coins. You start with a fair amount of coins, and by the time you've done the first few training things, which is actually worthwhile doing, because they actually give you quite a good amount of rewards for it. They give you a lot of research points, very useful, and that's the bit where they sort of try and feed the money in. So the planes themselves aren't very expensive to buy, but if you want to you have to research each plane, which, you know, makes sense. That, you know, makes sense to do. That's a perfectly reasonable thing to do, and that's where you take the time. So any of you played Ruthless or any sort of game like that, sort of strategy game, you'll know that a lot of the research projects will take ages, some of them can take days once you get to a point. But the thing is so at the moment they're not too bad. They're taking 20 minutes, depending on how much you play. If you play a lot and you do really well in games, you get a lot more research points. Research is quicker. But you can just leave it. So over the weekend I was playing it, and I came back and the Spitfire that I've been researching, I researched a bit more, not massively, didn't research a lot, but researches nicely for the fact that you're not actually doing it. I think that's good. I'm saying well done to the developers. I don't know what company, I can't remember, but very good. And the thing is the planes are massively expensive. Now I know I'm only a little bit through. I've only done 3 tiers of the planes. I've only got down to tier 3 of the planes, and with a fair few more you can get. Basically you go from World War 1 and World War 2 biplanes, so to go for like the Swordfish. If you know anything about biplanes, Swordfish is was a carrier-based biplane in the Second World War for torpedo runs, torpedo bombing. That's it, you can have something like that, and then it goes all the way up to the Meteor jet fighters, and the Sabre, the American version, the American jet plane sort of time. So if you go quite fast, if you do late 30s, sort of mid 30s to sort of 60s, which, you know, isn't too short. It's quite fairly decent. You know, it's and they've put a lot of effort, and I must say the graphics, I'm not gonna lie, they are, now I know it's not the most important thing, but really together. And if you pull earlier I just been playing a game, and with my Spitfire with well, I'm going to basically you've got a set of arcade games, so you've got arcade, simulation and realistic game mode. I tend to play with the arcade just because it's easier. Basically you drag the mouse and the plane will bank round towards where the mouse is pointing. So it's not instant, you can just flip around, it's not like Megalodon, game I showed, it's not like that, when you sort of turn on a dime. It's a very realistic pulling action, but you don't have to pilot it properly. So you've got WST, so you've got W and S are throttle, A and D are a bank, and Q and E are rudder. So, and the arcade is split into a pure ground attack thing, where you just got to take out enemy ground units and enemy aircraft. There's one where it's a base attack, where you've got to take out ground units, bases and enemy aircraft, and you have sort of a combination of ground attack and domination. So you've got to land on airfields and capture them, and then you've got to also destroy ground vehicles, and this allows you to win. So you see here I'm just going to get into a plane and fly about, so this will be quite fun. I don't do great, I'm not going to lie. Now carry on, but basically I was on a domination version, so the airfields, and I started with this a bit via what I tend to do is dive straight down from the spawn location, which is in the air, dive down and get speed, so you can get in the Spitfire, you'll get about 500, 600 kilometers an hour, which is a fair few mile an hour. You bank down, get the speed, and fly sort of 50 meters above the ground, just to keep tree level, because you've gained all that speed. You've got a massive speed advantage, and also you've got the cover, because you'll get people that come in and they'll have to back out because you're going into trees. So you get that, and also you can bank around trees, and if they're following you, they either have to go fly higher than you and only occasionally get a shot off, or they'll fly behind you and hopefully you can get them to force an escape and hit a tree. And this is sort of where it comes in. I came low across one of the airfields that I tried to capture, got a few rockets, because they've got rockets, obviously. You can fire rockets at people from your planes. I got a couple of rockets flown past me. Decided I was going to bank sort of up to the right, and then, but the thing is I didn't bank up enough. Now I didn't hit the ground as you might have thought, but as I banked around I didn't see there was a clump of trees, and I hit the tree, but the thing is the trees that I hit fell over, and stuff like that, and the fact that if you land without your landing gear, your propellers get bent. You might have seen images of it, but you might have seen images of Messerschmitts and stuff on the ground where all the blades are being bent back. You get that, you'll get when you have a fuel leak, it'll quite often turn into a fire, like a fire alarm. The engine might be on fire, or have oil coming out. If you're following a plane sometimes, you'll I'm pretty sure there's a first person mode. There is, yes, yeah, there is. It's sort of like a first person mode-ish, in a fashion. Now if you do that and you're following behind someone that's got a leak, you'll see sort of spatters of liquid on your screen. Now, it's not as bad as it would be in real life. If you've ever seen the Battle of Britain film, you'll see at one point that the guy's covered in oil with one of the plane because of the leaks from the plane front. But so you've got the sort of fighter role, the fighter bomber role, and you've got the bomber, so you've got the medium and the heavy bomber role. So at the moment I've got a Bristol Fleming, I think, from memory. With my medium bomber role, I've got a Spitfire and a Hurricane. My fighter role, unfortunately I haven't got any ground attack vehicles, any ground attack aircraft. Although the Hurricane does lend itself to ground attack, but only on light vehicles. So armoured cars and AA vehicles and AA and artillery emplacements sorry about that, lend themselves quite well to being destroyed. You can destroy them quite easily with most planes, but it's the medium tanks that the issue. And a lot of them now, they do have medium tanks, and although it's not a massive issue, you can just bomb them out. Now this is great, I love this bit. Although they get killed, it's amazing.
The attackers have been repelled.
A bit later actually. But yeah, so with the ground attack vehicles you have Jesus Christ, you have rockets as well, or you might carry a small bomb with you. You might carry a small bomb with you, rather than but you probably won't have as many machine guns, so you won't be as great as a fighter, but you will be better against armoured targets. You also have pillboxes, which can't be penetrated by normal rounds. You have to blow them up understandably. So when you got like that to attack, you have to go with a bomber or with a fighter bomber, which means that what's best to do is go. If you can actually get like a replace. You can get like 2 of the same. If you want, you can, I think it's 10 of the pay coins. And you get 400 to start with. You don't get like none. You get a few. So if you want to, you can get 10. Take 10 of them. And, have a second bomber if you wanted to. I tend to go in first with the bomber and take out all the pillboxes and stuff. And then what I do is, if there's a plane behind me, I'll swoop down from cruising height, which is about 1500 meters, where the bombers spawn roughly, depending on the map. If it's more mountainous map, you can spawn a bit higher. But what you do is I swoop down, and then medium tanks, you just come along the road and drop the bombs. Just because it's more accurate and the tanks are moving, it's quite hard to hit from 1500 meters. You got a drop time of 10 seconds, like that roughly, which is a long time to lead a target, and so quite often again when you swoop down bombs on the road. The only problem with doing that is you're more vulnerable to enemy aircraft. Now on the medium bombers you do have a gunner, a rear gunner to shoot at them, but they're not very great. They're not very good. The best. They're not the best in the world. So if, for example, when I'm recharging bombs, you only have 4, then you have to wait about a minute or so for them to be regrouped. What I'll tend to do is switch to the gunner position, and it keeps the plane level, still control throttle. You can actually still move it left and right. It stays roughly the same altitude-ish. Obviously stop them out there, and then I'll take control of the gunner and take down any enemy aircraft nearby, if there are any. It's not always, but there sometimes can be. And it's nice. I'm enjoying War Thunder. I'm really enjoying it. It's not perfect. There are some issues, like sometimes get rammed. They basically they'll either come at you and just fly you, or they'll come behind you and take your tail out. That's a bit irritating. However, it doesn't happen a lot, and if you know what, if you see them coming at you, you'll just bang off. Or if you tend to go down, they tend to think you can go up. So if you go down, you tend up the hill. It's not perfect. And I tend to apologise if I do it by accident. I tend to apologise because I don't like. It's a really cheap way of getting it, and it's like, well, it's just what's the point? You just destroyed your aircraft. Yes, you've got a kill, but it's not really worth. You can only ever get 3 kills, unless of course you bought some stocks, which I might end up doing actually. Because 3 planes, I'm not sure if it's enough. I might do that. I'm not sure yet, but I will have a video out for that.
Time to close the deal.
Very soon. Now, my next thing to talk about. Talk about that. My new monitor, my new sexy monitor. This has been played on it, and it's easy to record in a really dodgy resolution. Actually, thinking about it, I do apologise for that.
We successfully defended the facility.
I really don't know why I've done that. Yeah, I do apologise.
Frag out!
Yeah, don't know that, but maybe it's something resolution. Yeah, well, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not bad. Now, basically, here we go. You've got infiltrator, which is sniper, light assault, combat medic, engineer, heavy assault, max. Max is like this massive tank thing, and engineer is an engineer. Heavy assault have the RPG, engineer have a repair tool, combat medic have a health gun and a revive. Light assault, sort of the assault class of battlefield, sniper. Now you see, I'm 27 minutes into the recording. I've got 38 of those things, so they're slowly clocking along, and I do eventually buy a new. Now you see here we're sort of getting spawn trapped a little bit, so I decided I was going to have a bash at being a sniper. I'll move up and try and protect our lines a little bit, and later I just sort of have to hide up there and snipe down. So, the great thing about infiltrator is you can go invisible. So, you can't shoot one, but it means you're able to line up, press F, which is how you do it, and then shoot, which is nice. For change, certainly, and it's nice to see. Sort of different roles, I guess. Now you see, I decided to go in, cover the space with a pistol and a dive. Now I was sort of half expecting that, really. I didn't do too bad. I got basically 400 XP, which isn't too bad, nice to get. Do a lot, really. Now, so yeah, a lot of people switch over to sniper because they know what's coming. Now, I think I'm not really you can be able to see that. Not a lot really happens. I get kills, so it's quite boring. Camping. So, here's the video here. See you next time. Will probably be War Thunder. And yeah, some suggesting for new games coming out. Please do say. I'm getting Farming Simulator 2015 on Thursday, the 30th. Which will be a bit of a laugh. See how great it is. I'm hoping fair. I'm hoping it's sort of as broken physics-wise as the old one. But there are some more features in the second one, and look like it'll be a bit of a change. So if I end up doing a video of that, but probably not this week. Probably the week after, I would have thought. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.